Look who decided to go live. Not late. What's up, guys? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Derek. Nice to see you, Al. John Paul. What's up, my dudes? Yeah, man. Hey, Derek, what do you think about the stuff that you just saw on that video that came out yesterday? You have all these new options to choose from for all the custom animations. And today I'm actually going to be working with those exact parts again. Let me just say real quick what we're going to do in this video. We're going to take this relay. This is a regular 5-pin, they'll call it like Bosch style relay. And we're going to change it all up so that we can use this little gadget to power up the same lightning bolts like Derek's going to have on his. And like my dude DJ Boom and a bunch of the other GTR guys have on their Slush HD. We got David Adams with the 04 Ronin that pops in here as well. These guys all have GTR headlights, and basically when you turn on the parking light, it powers up the lightning bolts. We're gonna make some of the lightning bolts today. I got an order from Hong Kong yesterday, so all I have to do is connect 2 wires, prep the back, ship them off to Hong Kong, good. But as I do that and I test them, I'm gonna do something today with this relay because I've had past customers request something because their vehicle automatically sends white power. Wow, weird. Automatically sends power to the white LEDs on those lightning bolts as soon as the car turns on. And that's a problem because if you have color changing lightning bolts controlled by XK Chrome, you can't play with them while you're driving because your car's on, you can't see that. We're gonna use the relay and we're gonna basically send power from, it's gonna get a trigger, it's gonna be basically told what to do by the parking lights on the car. So when the parking lights come on, it's gonna send this a signal. Then it's gonna take power directly from the battery and out from this relay, and it's gonna send it down to the actual lightning bolts, okay? Here's the thing, we're gonna do that in a way so that as soon as the XK, I was gonna say glow, as soon as the XK Chrome sees power, because you push a button on the remote control, we're also gonna use, that power to go into this, actually flip the relay, and that's gonna kill power to the DRL or the lightning bolt circuit. So I kind of said that a little bit weird. We're not gonna trigger this thing with the parking lights. We're just gonna send power straight in. It's gonna get its power straight in from the parking light, and then that's just gonna get killed anytime. Yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go. This has to get power from the parking lights. Whew. By the way, I have to figure this out live as we go, because the next thing that I'm going to do is record this exact thing nice and thorough, quick and easy for the online courses. So my guy like Al here, he's going to get to enjoy that. I looked at a lot of old footage just today. I put together just this morning 3.5 hours worth of new content for the courses. So crazy. I have so much backlogged content to do and post up on there, and we got new members that have signed up for the courses, so I'm inspired. I need to take the energy that I have from all this right now, share with you guys as I figure some stuff out that I've needed to do for a while, and then pack that into the courses. So yeah, should be cool. Mike, happy to see you here, brother. And yeah, this is something that you guys can all take. This is just like a little freebie. This is going to be part of one of the custom wiring harness parts of the course, and so it's going to be awesome. Chris, I have no idea how you have time to deal with our lights, film, edit videos, take care of your family. I don't do any of it well. We'll just say that. I do it like, I think I'm like a C student. Not because I'm not good enough to be an A student, but because I want to do 4 other student things where I'm a C over there. You know what I mean? My daughter takes up 99% of my time. Yeah, but you got a brand new one, man. I look at pictures of my boy, and I'm like, it's crazy how the first year goes, and it's over in 5 seconds. My little dude now is he's 3. He turned 3 in March, and he takes up so much attention. So I'm looking forward to the near future where I'm able to separate business and family and all that. Right now it's just nasty, not good. Finances and business and all the things all just orgying together. It's disgusting, filthy. Let's make some relay stuff. Okay, Very cool. And on that note, if you ever have anything that you want to disable by using a relay, this is what today's lesson is going to be all about. And I think we actually have a bunch of cameras today. That's dope. Got that one. We got this one. We got the old iPhone set back up, so we're nice and close up here. You can see. Hey, like that view? That's more better. That's more better. Sweet. Okay, so let me explain some things real quick, and probably do it better if I don't have this backlit. Okay, so check it out. On this little relay we got here, F that, I got a dope camera right here. All right, so this guy, we've got this little vertical dude. That is going to be where our power comes in, and instantly, as soon as it has power that comes into there, it's going to come straight back out the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a wire from the parking light on the vehicle, from the actual passenger side headlight. We're going to run a wire that goes to this, and we're also going to run a wire that goes back to that headlight from this little dude, right? And then we're going to make an addition to that that goes over to the driver's side headlight with some diodes so they can't backfeed into each other, and that is going to supply parking light to the car. Now, this little dude right there is going to be our ground wire that just goes straight to the battery. So nothing fancy or anything about that. But then we've got this guy up top. And what this is going to do is nothing in this case. Nothing will be sent out when this thing gets triggered. So we can even break that little dude off. We don't need it. I can just cover it up with something. And then last is going to be this guy on the side right here. That's our trigger. So what we want to do is take the power wire that goes into our little XK Chrome unit here, and we're going to make it go to that trigger. So not only to the trigger, it's still going to be hooked up to the XK Chrome, but anytime that the XK Chrome gets its power signal from like the battery or a remote control or however it gets power, we're also going to send that power, we're going to bridge it to that little trigger. So what's going to happen is this thing's normally sending that power from the parking light circuit in the car, which we're going to cut so that it's no longer connected going directly to the bolts at the headlight. And we're going to divert it to come up to this relay, and then we're going to send it right back to the wire that we just cut that's going into the headlight, and we're going to do that through that middle pin. And so that's just going to make this little loop where it's like it's coming from the car, goes up through the relay, up into the headlight, and it's just always doing that. It's normally open. It's normally just sending that power that way. But then when this thing gets its trigger, because it sees the XK Chrome get powered up, it's going to cut that power connection off, and it's no longer going to supply power up to the headlight. It's going to stop at the relay. It'll be like a little gateway. Cool? Makes sense? Lackey Singh, what's happening? I love that Nicholas calls me Crack. Nicholas, I don't want to do this because I want you to keep calling me Crack. I love that. But here's my name. It's that. But you can always call me Crack, and I will respond happily. I tell my wife about it. She loves you. She thinks you're awesome. Okay, let's build stuff. I need to get, I'm trying to think this through. I need to get power and ground, which I could technically just get at the headlight. I don't even think I need to go up to the battery. And I could do all of this without actually removing bumpers and all that. But I'm thinking that this kill circuit should probably only ever be installed when the stuff's going in. And I need it to get power from the XK Chrome. So I think I'm just going to stick all of this stuff in the battery tray in the GTR. So that means we're going to have about 5-ish feet of wire for, I guess we'll have ground, power, and the input from the parking light. So that's 3 wires. And then we're also going to have from one of those, it's going to tee off, and it's going to have diodes. So I've got those here. I'm just making like a mental checklist of things that I need to do. Color wise, I think I want to do this in, I think I got some super thin. I'll just do it in black, because then I don't even have to shield it. All right, everybody with me? Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about? Oh boys, It's gonna be a good one today. All right, I'm gonna start cutting stuff up. I need to get my power and ground and white wire. I think that's gonna do it. Huh? Crazy. Here we go. Now, I found this old black and red wire kind of a while back. Let's see if it's long enough. Perfect. Cool. Well, I'm going to repurpose that because I certainly don't need all of this extra stuff floating around. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, because I can't hear me and that makes me scared. Just kidding. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do just to make this thing nice and stealthy is I'm going to put a shielded wire, a shielded little braided wire cover over this, as well as the black wire that I'm about to cut right now. I think that's how I want to do it. I don't have that much black wire. Okay, blue it is. We're going blue. Blue 42! Here we go. From the battery, we're going blue down to the passenger headlight. And then from there, we are going to cut it. I gotta diode it as well, but then we're gonna go from there over to the driver's side. That I want a little bit extra. Okay, so I've got my wires. Let me go cut my braided stuff. Then we're gonna turn all of this into something absolutely beautiful. Can we just zoom in on that? Come on. Focus. Stupid. I'm slightly out of one of my braided wire loom amounts, so I'll do this for now. She's not staring at my midsection. We're gonna go, the longer the two I will leave till last. I can still read your chats, so let's have Sinister. Have you ever made a kill circuit? Kill things with the circuit? About to kill some stuff with the circuit. Sean Paymer says, I got you, Flyride. And he says, ya ya ya, even though that means ha ha ha. No Spanish? No, bro. Definitely no. None Spanish from this non-Russian speaking half Russian. Took Spanish too, but I had a very small school at that point in time. I didn't really have a lot of options. I didn't do too well. I was Enrique. Who were you guys in Spanish class? I know some of you were in Spanish. Just tell me who you were. I was Enrique. I should have just gone by crack. But okay, guy. Okay, class. You need to pick a name. Spanish. I want to be called crack. Pretty funny that I was Enrique, though. Do I look like an Enrique? Do I? I took French. Vincent. Everybody's upset at you, Vincent. I'm sorry to tell you. They are so mad. They're like, that Vincent guy. Dominating in the polls. It's like politics in here right now. I'm just kidding. You guys are all crushing. I've watched. Who's been watching the polls? Go up and down. The voting polls have moved significantly multiple different times. And I think it's kind of like waves of supporters come through. If I can speak from past experiences. Oh, by the way, all we're doing right now is we're just feeding this thing down. It's actually a decent angle to see what I'm doing. It's that background noise. I can't even hear it, so if it's loud and obnoxious, I apologize. What you do is you push it through and then you get rid of the slack. And then the slack binds up at the bottom and then you just run your fingers down it. Yeah, buddy. Cool. So we've got one little setup here. But how I want these all to illuminate at the top by the battery. So I'm for now sit my silly face back down, drink some coffee, and we will make some connectors, hook up to some relays. All right. And then I'll even use different angles here in a second. Yeah. It was notable when Europe woke up. That's dope. We got, let's see. Do we have you guys from 3 continents? We do, right? Got 2 you guys in Europe, 1 guy in South America, and 2 guys in North America, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? I feel like I'm missing out on the party because I can't hear the music. Not as enjoyable as I wish it was. I'm also thinking, for the purpose of this demo, I probably don't. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw a fuse because you're a majesty. I accidentally called Sinister Sire yesterday. That was awesome. Oh man. Hey, I'm gonna you should tell your boy to hop on. I think it would be a really cool thing to have him, CW Builds, do a little interview, and maybe we'll do a course with them. I think that would be cool because I don't see there being any hangups with doing a course from, where do I want to do this? Do I want to tap this in? I think I want to tap these. Oh, that's the relay. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. I think you'd be down to teach, maybe, because what he knows is what people want to know how to do, and what people want to do, painters do not want to do. Crazy custom paint schemes. That's not a good strategy to make a bunch of money. But so much of what I've learned from what people want. I have an interview here in an hour and a half. New guy that signed up for the course. And my question to him specifically is, what are the things that he wants to learn first? Because I have all this different stuff that I'm chunking out into individual little mini courses. And I'll tell you more about that later. So we've got our guy. We've got our relay. So let me show you again what I mentioned I was going to do before. So we're going to take the power wire that is tapped into the parking. This is coming from the parking light on the car. I'm going to plug that into the bottom. And then I'm going to take this blue wire and I'm going to have it come right back out. So these two are technically touching right now. They're bridged, right? And then I'm going to take this ground wire and I'm going to throw it right over here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to add another wire right now and then attach that to the power wire on my XK Glow. Let's see if I got a wire already cut. Sure, I do. I got a red one here. So I'm going to cut this. And I am going to join this up with this duty. Connect it again. And so now this little red wire right here that you can't see is hot. It is hot. There's no way that even comes close to profitable with those crazy paint schemes. Not at all. Yeah, it's amazing. Like it's so weird looking at what I've learned over the years now, and I'm like, the majority of the things that you can do, you shouldn't do. And so a lot of people that are experts at doing these things that are not profitable, like, number one, that kind of sucks to be told, like, oh, you're doing it all wrong. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be like, you're dope. God help you if you rely on the income from what you're selling for way too little money. Because, like, you're starving for nothing. You should definitely make money easier using your talent. Anyway, there's guys that want to know that awesome talent and they're willing to pay. And I think guys like that don't really have a way to tap into that profit. I don't think they do. So I want to be that way. I want to be the bridge. I want to bridge the world, network them. It was actually really fun posting up that video. I had to send it to the secret admin group first yesterday before it went to global headlight community, the GHC. And then, yeah, after that, it was all good. Posted it up, and my hope is just that people not like take it super seriously, but at least like pretend that they want to be there. That makes sense. Here's what we're gonna do. I've got my connections done, and the next thing that I want to set up is my output. So now I've got this wire here. I have currently nothing hooked up, but if you can imagine, let's just say, let's find another wire. I don't have another wire. All right, screw it. Okay, so let's just say that this little box here is my battery. And I've got a wire coming from my battery, and it's going to my thing that I want to light up. All I want to do now is chop this wire in half so that the half that's connected to the battery can go straight to my relay. That's going to go up this red wire. And then the half that I want to go to the part that it was powering up, I want that to connect to this blue wire. So now the relay is basically sitting right here. That's what I want to do. But there is something to consider when it comes to shutting off that particular circuit, and it's that if I connect the power from this side, which is the passenger side, over to the driver's side, just with one straight wire, that's it, that is going to link those two things together. Problem is that I have certain parts that are on there that sometimes can interfere if the two are connected together. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what's going to happen right now is it's literally just going to connect right to that, but I'm going to throw diodes on anyway, just to be safe. And the idea with the diode is it's going to let me send power off to whatever I want to, but then it can't come back through the system and bridge it with something else. Clear? Got it? Got him? So I think this is going to be basically what I have going on with that. And that means that I need to cut this wire and diode it. So I will do that now. I think this is it. This is going to be kind of, I don't think it's going to be crude. I think it's going to be good to go, actually. I don't think there's going to be a single stinking problem with this. But so far it's only really existed in my head. There's a lot of stuff going on up there. I don't think that's the best place to leave important things up there in my head. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to connect one diode here, so all power can go through that. And can you see the little duty on the top? See the little stripe on the top there? Can you see the stripe right there? Okay, that's going to send power to the first light. And then the second one, I haven't really messed with this yet. Second one is going to connect up with this before the diode. A little bit more strippy. Mike, are you following me? Are you like, what is this guy talking about? I don't think you should have people watch me, bro. I don't. Okay, so we're connected now. It's going to go from battery to diode 1. But before it hits diode 1, it's going to branch over and go to diode 2. So diode 1 and diode 2 won't be able to see each other. They won't know that they're there. Let's let's actually start doing important things here. Really important stuff with our quad hands. Oh crap, I didn't turn on the soldering iron. Okay, I want to hear music now. Is there any music? Let's see. Oh, there's no music? Nobody told me. Let's change that. I don't know how you could just sit and listen to me talk. That sounds bananas. Cool. Now it sounds serious. Now we're gonna do it. It's like the montage when stuff actually starts happening in the movie. Oh, whoops. It's a perfect montage song. Cody, you in here? Are you lurking? Lurking is just what people do. It's the way to go. And there he is, the man of the hour. The man, the myth, the legend. Alright. Let me cut this little extra doodad. Then we are going to not put the last diode on until the very, very end. I could test all of this without it doing two things. Because next we're going to prep the lightning bolts and 100% verify, even with visual representation, that this does what it's supposed to do. Now the one thing I do have to connect right now is this little extension piece. What's my other view? Oh, that works. Okay, so check out this little twisty technique. Just grab it, pinch it on top, and just wrap it around. Oh man, and grab all the wires. Wrap it around. Just keep on wrapping. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping. That's more better. Okay. So headlight 1 is dialed. Let's trim off excess. Cool. Oh, we got Peter Piccolo in the house. Props to you, brother. I wish I knew what you were talking about so I could add some LED lights to my scooter and electric skateboard. I love that. That's the best. I'm glad you're here watching. Okay, so we're gonna take heat shrink, go over that connection because nobody needs to see it ever in life. Then we're gonna mute my mic and I'm gonna heat shrink it down. So excited about the courses right now. I've wanted to be excited for a long time. I just haven't been able to pull it off like I wanted to. Come on. I have the heat shrink. Stupid. All right, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I'll tape it, I guess. Just cause I want to test this thing. I'm ready to start working on those boards. We could kind of test it. See what I got here that I could test with. Okay, so there's that. So this is going to go to power and ground at the actual light. And then this is gonna go to the actual other part. So basically 2 wires, 3 connections. And that is not gonna be difficult. God, I hate to use these type of connectors too, but I kind of feel like that's where we're at. Interesting. Maybe I'll even do a fancy barrel connector. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. For now, let's clip them. Yeah, once I figure this all out, this is gonna be the way. This is the way. One of my dudes asked me about this though yesterday, I think. Actually, I think he asked me a while ago and I just saw his message yesterday. You know what was actually really refreshing is I got a message back from one of my YouTube buddies. And it was just kind of like an apology for not getting me back sooner. And I'm like, thank God I'm not the only one that takes a long time to get to people. Also, as Cody saw yesterday, sometimes you're talking with me and then I just vanish. Like we're actually sharing ideas back and forth and then oof. And then he was gone. Not in like a cool guy way, but in a like, oh, my kid crapped his pants and I gotta handle that really quick kind of way. Be way cooler if I was like off to do some private special business meeting. That's for cooler dudes than me. All right, so I'm happy with how this has come together so far. Just to recap, we've got relay right here. It comes down this little path, comes down to the first light, which then has 3 connections. 1 coming from parking light, 1 going to parking light, 1 tapping into ground. That's all we need. We don't need anything more than that. So we're gonna pretend for right now that this is going to my passenger light, which is right here. And so we're gonna say from parking light, and it's gonna click right now when I tap into ground. And then now, check this out. Now, anytime power is given to this, power is taken away from that. We just made a kill circuit. Killers, killer, kill killer, kill killer, B. Ow! God, that shocked me. It was not fun. I think I just completed the circuit somehow. It got me good. Nice little shocking. You don't want to be cool like me, bro. Humiliating yourself day after day on the internet. I don't think that's for most people. And the truth of it is, I just don't care enough about the criticism to stop me from helping people. You know what I mean? Just don't care. You're not good because you did bad once and twice. You're not good because you did bad a ton of times. That don't make me bad. Just means I suck at things. Okay. Let's try to let's just here. Let's power a Corso Motion LED. That'll be nice and meta for all of our efforts lately to spread awareness about Corso Motion. So we're gonna go power in from this little fella. And then we're gonna get our ground signal for our white LEDs. I mean our power signal from our white LEDs. I can get them from this. Cool. That'll work. So check this out. See how that lights up? Didn't light up. Let's go and power in. be coming power down to that. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't know what I was doing. Let's try this again. Power coming from that. Ground coming from that. Okay. That made sense. And here's the big moment of truth, boys. While this guy is connected, this is as though my little harness here is hooked up to the parking light, right? Parking light's not on, my LED's not on. Parking light is on, power's going down into the relay, back out, up this little blue wire into my dude. But the trick is when I turn on my cool RGB stuff, off it goes. Ready? Kill switch. Ooh, that's a dope freaking view. We've done it, boys. We've done it. It's alive. Anybody get that? I'm not sure if that translated well, but I'm happy about it. It's called validation. I have been validated. All right, here's what's next. Now that we know that works, and we demoed my boy's super dope little switchback module, we're gonna take these beautiful babies. These are my babies. This was what I bet the farm on. Verdict's still out if it was worth it. But 2 of these things are going to Hong Kong today. Can I tell you something important? Tomorrow is my 15-year wedding anniversary. 15 years she's been dealing with me. You guys know I'm a weirdo. She really knows. And it's mostly not the fun side of me that she has to deal with. So things will be done tomorrow. 15 years since we were married. We've been together nearly 20 years. Not 36. So tomorrow I'm not working. Not doing it. Wouldn't be prudent. But I got a lot of stuff to do today to make sense of all that. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Well, the plan is that I get to go have a nice dinner with her and do little things and I don't know, just make it about us. So our boys are getting watched by the in-laws, which I'm pumped about. They've been really good to us during all of this craziness, and they got like compromised immune systems and all that. So we're basically on lockdown from everybody except for them. And so to date I've made one exception and did one thing that I probably shouldn't have, but helped my buddy out on Saturday, which is what cost us the stream that day. But the idea is that just don't do in-person business with anybody right now. And then my in-laws feel safe to have us around. We go swim over there and relax, which is nice. I don't get to do that much of that. And so they're gonna watch our boys, and our boys love it over there. We're gonna go celebrate her putting up with me for 15 years. Somehow. Inevitably, there's things that happen in our life, like end of the world status, I don't know, riots and plagues and things of that nature, right around June 25th every year. I don't know why. I don't know how. That's how it works. So this year, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna. I will say this. I am extremely grateful that some of the stuff's been happening on the courses have been selling well this month. Certainly doing better than like YouTube has been. YouTube has not liked the live stream. They have not been proud of me. YouTube has been like, you suck. And I think part of that was because I was leaving all of my live streams public, and like every time somebody would watch a valuable short quick win video, it would follow up with a 1 hour and 4 minute live stream, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, this dude's talking about babies and 15-year wedding anniversaries, and I don't think this is for me. And I get that, because dude's like 17 and just trying to make his brake lights flash and stuff. You don't even know about all that. You don't even know about that life. Ain't changing diapers like Derek and me. I shouldn't be changing diapers. They are monstrous these days. I'm almost done. I'll show you the last one. It's just hard to do that, and it takes forever to do it. So this is oddly satisfying because it reminds me of being a kid in the 80s and getting a new action figure, and that action figure had all his cool little guns on a little plastic tree from where they're plastic injection molded or whatever, and you had to break them off of the little tree. So that's what this feels like to me. As I go, I kind of got to break these things, and they're scary. Ow. There. So what we're going to do is turn on these bolts. I'm going to turn on both of them. And then I'm going to make sure that both of them shut off. Whoa. That was a lot of annoying, tedious little things, as I kind of yapped in the background. Okay, so on these boards that are going to Hong Kong, I have lots of things that are showing. We're going to cover all that up, so I don't want to mess things up. Earthquake. Why did Gundam parts come up? I have Gundam parts too. That's interesting. Tim Higgins, politics could have a lot to do with all the craziness. True that. That's why we don't talk about that around here. And around on the dang, Derek says he bought 330 diapers and they were gone in a month. Yeah, that's the truth. People don't tell you that. One thing I love about having kids and growing up and having a business is you realize like nobody knows what they're doing. Certainly not your parents. All that you know is, hopefully, they did their best. Hopefully. Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to tape one section. What I don't want to do is be like, hey guys, let's have fun and live stream and make this cool little video together. And then like, oops, a tiny little piece of metal on my bench decided to touch things. And as a direct result of that, I just burnt off hundreds of dollars worth of parts or LEDs or whatever. That would suck. I could tell you guys something important though. I don't miss my shop at all. It was so cool there. So awesome. Don't miss it. It's such a weird thing. I only say that because I was watching a whole bunch of videos today of filming different work in the shop. Big giant for Jay at Sinister. Not that you need it, but I have a really thorough, over 2-hour walkthrough of opening Corvette headlights, resealing, mounting angel eye rings to the metal little bezels, little metal. They're shrouds. Yeah, that's a hard gig. That's the last one that will ever be a fly ride build for sure. And it was so long ago that a lot of the video had Jack in it. It's crazy. You don't know Jack unless you've been around for a while. Or unless you watch premium. Oh, fun. Alright, tape over resistors. Then I'm gonna tape this up. I do actually appreciate the fact that I could kind of get some stuff done while we're live, because this is things that I had to do today anyway, and I would rather do it while I'm giving you kind of an inside behind the scenes look at, like, I mean, I'd be doing this anyway. I've needed to make this kill switch and learn it for so long, and so we just learned it. The weird stuff that was in my head is in fact correct. Felton Central Valley, CA. Huh, yeah, I didn't feel it. Interesting. I am lost as a parent and my eldest is 11. Yeah, me too. Same deal. Get this. I walk in my 11-year-old's room yesterday morning. I'm like, why are you awake? You're like wide awake. It's 6. Oh, it's 6:40. I was like, you stay up all night again? Like, mad? He's like, no, I woke up at 6 today. It's like, dang, this kid's on it. He just got his computer access back because I keep taking it away from him, and he's like, yeah, I got up at 6, and I'm like, cool. Then I don't see him almost all day. I spend a bunch of the day editing, watching. I was watching the kids, but I was really only watching one of them. And then what I realized is, like, I haven't seen my kid all day. Where the heck is he? Let's throw the little football around the backyard and just goof around and be outside because the weather's nice. And so I had my wife call him. This is like 5:30, and dude was like not responsive, not answering anything. And then I get her to like pound on the door like the police and stuff. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, awesome. We just mess with him like that. And then I see him at the door, and this kid is a zombie. He's dead. I just realized this little freaking kid never went to sleep last night. So yesterday was the longest my 11-year-old has been awake in his life. And he was wrecked. I went to wake him up this morning at like 7, and he was still wrecked. Man. Parenthood. Are you supposed to tell a kid who's been off school for 4 months that, like, he has to do things? I'm like, there's nothing to do. He's just doing what he's doing. Just like me. I can't imagine me being my dad, because I kind of teach a bunch of stuff that I believe, and some of it's a little controversial. Yeeks. My kid's either going to be the man or a little monster. Chris, congrats on the 15. I'm currently listening in the car, almost like a podcast. That's what I try to do, man. Although I would be a tangent-chasing, weird podcast host if this was the podcast. Funny enough, Caesar at Lightworks thinks this is a podcast, but that's okay. That works for me. I'm actually going to be doing a podcast, and that will just be stories. Lots of stories, lots of interviews and stories and stuff like that. Tim Higgins says, my boys do the same thing. And it's so weird. I just looked in his face and I was like, oh, you're not here, are you? Got it. Okay, well, go to bed. I sent him to bed at 5:30 and he slept until 7 something today. I told my wife, don't go bother him. There's no like telling a drunk guy not to be drunk. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you drunk? What's he gonna be, not drunk? Like all of a sudden have energy and not be stayed awake for 36 hours? Tiny, skinny 11-year-old body. I don't even think he's in the first percentile in body mass index. He's like starving. This kid does not eat. All of that with me yapping, I was working, just so you know. This is thermal tape. I'm covering up these lower resistors. The thicker part, I don't think that it gets, toasty. Definitely got a nice little scare from my boy Mike West on one of his builds where he had resistors that were having issues on this thing, and it's never been a thing. So I always use the thermal tape, and when I sell these to other builders, I specifically do no work. I just send them the raw part, because that's where you lose your butt. My two kiddos do the same. We're all the same, boys. All the same. You know, it was interesting when I was talking with the admin before doing some of the changes, the name change and all that stuff in global headlight community. A lot of the guys did not think that there was an international, like a need to use the word global in the name because it was just an insignificant amount. I don't know if they thought that it was insignificant, but they just didn't think it was super important to have global in the name. Some of them. We did a vote and the vote came out with global included. But man, there's so many global guys. I just feel like I get a chance to see. I feel like, especially even with like virus and all that stuff, it's like I get to talk to people around the whole planet all the time while I'm just working like normal. Like you guys are my coworkers, right? And so I don't know, I just see things different than a lot of people do. Everyone's in a freaking bubble and they think that the only thing happening in the world is what's happening right there in Beaumont, California. Tell you what, it's too expensive, so we live out near the desert. That's what I think about my neighbors. Sorry. Okay. And with that, one more piece of tape. Your dude is ready. Thank you for allowing me to talk your faces off as I work. We've got one test. One man. One idea. So we're gonna prep these guys. Oh, check out this too today. I did this. I'm happy about what I did. Look at that. See this? It's because this thing always tips over if I have it like a super aggressive angle on that. Not anymore, bro. Look at that. It's gangster. Okay. Get this dude out ski. I think it's funny watching live streams when people squirm because they screw up. Dude, that's all that's gonna happen the whole time. Just gonna be squirming. Okay, not now. Let's turn on a light. Good. Right. So I don't like to do these pads. I wish I had a heat adjustable soldering iron. Sometimes it's just like, look at that. It doesn't want to stick. And it'll stick to that one. Is that weird or what? And then you've got this flux. You gotta scratch it away. That kind of bothers me. Okay. So I didn't need to put one on one of those sections, the power circuit for amber. Oh man. I know I keep saying it, but like I truly do love that I get to work and share. And then one day I'll just get to share and the work won't be part of it. Not really. Nah, I don't use flux. Not into it. I got a bunch of it right here. It says, you know, it's resin core solder, so it's already in there. You don't need more. The only time you need more is if you're doing wires that are just being stubborn. Okay, so for this guy, I'm going to cut some longer wire. White and black wire, which can be run out the bottom of the light or wherever. This guy's gonna have his choice of how to do this. Out there in Hong Kong. And this is just one of those streams where I'm just doing this. I'm not gonna stop streaming just because I'm over the hour, but I think I'm pretty close to being done. Although I'm not good at being real with things like that. But I am good at having quad hands. So let's hook this thing up there. I'm gonna strip just a tiny little bit off of the sides that are gonna get soldered here. Now this is where you would, if you needed it, would put some flux. Again, I'm not into it. I feel like there's already enough bad stuff that I have to deal with. Fumes and all that, and steaming chemicals. I don't know, not into it. Look at that. Would you look at that? Okay. Ground. Power. Hey, there's my man Dave. Oh yeah, and Sean said that his kids are 26, 25, and 23. They are all on crazy hours and game. And Dave's got his 19-year-old has been out here in California, it sounds like, at school. And I think she's back home, right? I want to be in Hawaii, not at home. I'd be like, Dad, I want to come back. All right, let's go out that way. So we're going to go power that way. And, oh, you know what? Yeah, I do want to go that way. Okay, one down. Test that in a second. So for Derek and Dave, I like that you guys get to see the kind of behind the scenes of what went into your lights. So we're gonna go, wow, I got that thing backwards, don't I? It's so weird how much I feel like I'm missing out right now. Headphones on. You can't see that, can you? Hello. Last one. Higgins, what would you say your main drive is to do lighting? Like what got me into it in the first place? I have a really good video that you can check out on that. It's how I got to 50,000 subscribers. That was the name of the video. And I just give you a big breakdown on Flyride. I would watch that. I feel like I don't have a very good motivational story when it comes to, like, there was lots of cool things and it is very much a story, but definitely not the like, oh, be like me, do what I've done. I think a big majority of my content is like, do better than I did and here's how, right? So drive for lighting is like, I am so far down the rabbit hole, dude. It's crazy. I want to believe that in my future I will have extremely bright lightning bolts like Thor, Zeus. Just want to throw this at somebody's face. No, I'm just kidding. But I want to believe that there's a future where I really want to do a bunch of cool lighting and I hook myself up and I do all this stuff. I've just become such a lover of business and like just the different thinking that I've had to adapt. So yeah, these days I I just want it to make people happy. Like, I don't think that they should do lights if it takes away from their life. And that's a hard thing to tell somebody. I've told multiple people, you should not do lighting. Because it's not, you're just not gonna find anything better than you have right now. And then there's other people where I'm like, bro, it's just a low, you should go through it, because on the other side of that, you'll be freaking pumped again. It just depends who you are. Also depends on your ability to be hit in the face, I guess. Deal with all that. Crazy. That is very bright. Boof. Another. Okay, so now we're gonna do the test. I got that hooked up. Oh, I hear a little baby. A wife and a baby. So, but yeah, right now my motivation, just to be clear on the answer on that, is helping people. I don't think building lights to get money is anywhere near my atmosphere of like what my goals are, what I think about. Like, dude, I need to build more lights. That is not what I say to myself. Okay. So let's see how we're gonna shape this thing up. So this is gonna be my passenger light. Let's see if we can show this. Okay, so passenger is gonna go over here. No, that's driver. Nope. Yep. That's driver, which is how it should be. And then this is going to be my passenger side coming out, and neither of these things should be able to see each other, right? Yeah, shouldn't be able to. This one doesn't have a diode yet, so it might be able to see the other one, but maybe not. Okay, and then this one is going to get its signal from the vehicle, which is going to be carried out by this guy. I need to replace all these little gator clips. This one was broken off like 4 times in the last couple of weeks. It's beat up. All right. So normally your car's hooked up like this. Normally it's like parking lights come on, that light comes on. But then you cut that wire and then you send it through the relay back to this guy. But then you hook up your RGB. Boom, buddy. It's real. It's really real. Lightning bolt. Let's see if we can get a cool angle on this guy. Who's that weird man? I like what Sinister said. If you're building to get rich, you're in for a huge surprise. You know who's really difficult to explain that to? Guys with lots of money. When I was in that meeting the other day, and I told the dude that like what I charge for doing certain lights, he's like, "You need to charge more. That's not enough." I was like, "Yeah, no kidding, bro." I was like, "I already charge a grip. Other people charge a lot less." Boom, we've done it. Safety glasses. You're right. That's the thing too. I'm not motivated to do this for a super long time the way that I do it now. I don't think it's safe. I think it's a lot. It's kind of like, I'm having all these fumes and all this bad stuff. It's crazy. Well, let's turn this off and Chat it up for a wee second, boys. Cool. You think that's gonna help you ever? Do you think what I just blundered through is gonna be of value to you? That's why I make courses, because I'm like, I have to consolidate that down to make it understandable and fast. I have to show how to take something look like a Frankenstein project and actually make it look like something that you're like, oh, I should make that too. Just spent a grip on a 100-watt laser cutter. Oh, that makes me happy. You just invested a grip, bro. Don't act like you just went and bought yourself a toy. Don't pretend you're not doing that to take care of your family. You just bought your textbooks. That's all. Not because you like to spend money on books, but because you're about to do something new. About to take on a big old giant heap of responsibility that you're going to do a great job at. And it's going to change your family's life, bro. So good for you. I'm proud of you on that. Not to be patronizing in any form, sire. Oh, good stuff. Sinister is going to kill it. You guys, I'm guessing, if you stay in this lighting game and you do it for a while, you're probably going to end up buying stuff from Sinister, if you haven't already. Check us out. We did it. Tusken Raider. That's what it is. That's what it all came down to. It's for all the peanuts. Ugh. Success. She's back home until school resumes on site. Well, that's cool. I'm sure that feels good. Just having family here, that's been a big thing for me, is been able to do all the work that I do and still see my kids all the time. I'm gonna go see them right this second. I got a call coming up at the end of the hour here, but it's gonna be nice. Who said they need new eyes? John Paul. Yeah, man, glasses one day. Peter says, congrats, you definitely deserve a day off, especially for your wife. Wow. She will love a full day of love. A day full of love. Family time and your undivided attention. How old were you when you got married? I was 21. 21, and I looked like right now I kind of got COVID cheeks, which is okay. I'm not all mad about it. I ate awesome, like terrible, but it was so good for like a month and a half straight. But I was me 17 to like 20, I don't know, 7? Yeah. I was with her like 10 years, where I was a wee bit puffy. And she was oh, God, I gotta show you guys pictures. Incredible. She's the most beautiful bride in history. So, I mean, she looked like, literally, I used to walk into Victoria's Secret back when I was a teenager, and I'd be like, I have no idea what size that chick on the wall wears, but like, I think height and size, like, that looks like my fiance, or what, I don't know. Lucky little, I'd beat my young self up. Like, you know how good you have it. JP, where you at, sir? Caught the end of it. There you go. I told JP to watch the Gary Vee from yesterday. There's a hint. You're not Ricky Henderson, bro. That was not the point. But yeah, so we're gonna go enjoy for sure tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time, and we're just gonna get some sushi and enjoy each other out. We're gonna go take a beach trip soon when we can have the kids watch for a few days and just go screw around. That's gonna be good. So we will do it. It will be awesome. Jasmeet says, hey, can I use 12-volt LED strip and connect them to my parking light so they will turn on with them without any driver or so? And what length would be preferable so that it will work properly? Doesn't matter what length, plug it right in, it'll be cool. That's that. As long as it's just one color. Power and ground, boom. It gets its power and ground from the thing and you're good. So, that's it. JP, if you want to ever make a kill circuit, like when RGB stuff gets power, you want to kill power to something else so that you can see that RGB, because maybe the other thing is overwhelming. In the case of these GTR headlight bolts, when I build in the color changing functions, you can't see those because the white LEDs are just blasting through the acrylic tube that the RGB is going down. And so you have to have a system in place, such as the headlight dial on your car, if you've got the right year GTR. But if you have too new of a GTR, headlight dial does nothing for you. You can't shut the white LEDs off, and there's no way to enjoy your cool RGB bolts while you're cruising down the street unless you have something like this. And this is going to be sent off, this thing that I built right here, the little kill circuit, is going to go to a guy with a crazy like 2,500 horsepower gnarly build. He's got crazy taillights, crazy headlights, and now he'll have a kill switch. Wow, sweet. All right, you guys, I am gonna see you in a couple days. Go enjoy that beautiful wife of mine, take care of my kids, talk to my new course member, and it's gonna be good. So when I come back, we're gonna do round 2, which is gonna be taillights, GTR taillights. So you're all good, very welcome. Hope this was of some value to you guys. Now I know what to shoot when I film this again for the courses. And yeah, everybody be safe, take care. See you Friday.